is it stinging my face? Why is it stinging? I think it's stinging where I had the Supergoop sunscreen, because there was quite a bit of it that sort of became textured. Oh well. Anyways, so life has been interesting. I don't even know where to start, but there isn't much. It's just a couple of big things. The first thing I've realized, well, it wasn't the first thing I realized, but it's the first thing I want to talk about, is that I need a break. And it's because I've realized that I've never taken like a proper break in my life where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a week or a few days or just even one day to just do nothing and relax and be, on a holiday. Instead, like, all of my breaks I've just spent stressing and then not actually resting and getting my energy back. And I think that's what's led to my like inability to function. Like, I've spent way too many days just in bed watching series but stressing about all the things I have to do but not doing them. It's like my body just shuts down, and then on those days I don't get actual energy back because I'm just stressing over not being productive. And then I just keep on falling into a slump because my body's like, you need actual rest where you don't feel guilty about it and you're not beating yourself up about it. Then I'm gonna use this Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques. It is the only makeup brush that I've blended foundation with and been happy with the result. So, in case you're interested. So, I want to take a proper break where I don't feel guilty about it or feel like a failure. And I think that's going to fix or reduce the risk, or what is it? Eliminate the tendency for me to shut down for multiple days but not get any rest at the same time, So that was actually today a big sort of epiphany that I realized, which sounds so simple, but it's something I only realized today. When have I ever not been feeling guilty and feeling like a failure and feeling unproductive, when? There hasn't been a time. So I think with a break like that, I will probably only need a few days, and I'm hoping that perfect, so I've actually been looking at apartments since I moved in here because my stomach always makes a noise at 1 a.m. Anyway, I've been looking at apartments just on and off since I moved in here because I've got really bad neighbors who come home at 1 a.m. yelling and breaking glass, and their car alarm goes off the whole night. I can hear my downstairs neighbors' conversations, I can hear them breathe, I can hear them sneeze, and that is to be expected in an apartment complex where I live, but it hasn't been great for me. Even like excluding trying to create ASMR and wanting silence, it's just I get super upset when there's too many noises that is going on. Like, I freak out. It's like bad for me and everyone around me. And so it's now almost 4 months living here and can't sleep because neighbors come home at late hours, they wake up at early hours, can't record at normal times because the neighbors are on the phone or they're just yelling. I can hear their toilets flush. It's, so I've been looking at properties for a while, and every time I've found one that looks interesting, my dad's always been like, just go look at it, but I've never have because, like, this is my first apartment and I signed a 12-month contract or lease, But so I did go look at this one that I found. I looked at it the day after my birthday, and it's a little cottage that is attached to another cottage, but there's like a cottage in between that is vacant that they don't rent out, so it's not as isolated as I would have wanted, but that does make it a little safer, and it is in a nice, safe area, and there will definitely be less noise than there will be here. And so it'll just be a much better environment for me, and it will save me money. However, that became very stressful because I immediately was like, okay, I have to cancel my lease because this apartment is available for September, also been like picking my lips, like literally just like peeling off the skin out of stress instead of, I usually do like my nails, like the skin. I shouldn't even show you, it's gross, but I've been like stress picking and pulling and biting the inside of my lip and lip balm to fix all my problems. I really like this lip balm in Rush by Kosas. Also, Kosas DM'd me like a month ago and told me they want to send me their next product launch and asked for an address, and I gave it to them. And I still haven't received anything. Which is fine, but like I don't like, do I DM them and ask like, did they send something? Will they DM me and let me know like this is your tracking number? Or did they look at the cost of shipping and decide not to? I don't know, but I've been looking at Koza stuff for a while and then I saw their DM and I was like, what? They're the second brand besides Sunday Riley who have offered to send me things, and I'm excited and I hope it comes. I like that it gives like a little flash of colour. And then let's try this Ilia multi-stick in Dreamer. But so my mind has been everywhere. It already has foundation on it because I tried it once and it just kind of rubbed the foundation off of my face. Should I warm it up? Is that what this... Or do you need to pat it on? Because rubbing it on did not work. I mean, that's already better than when I first tried to apply it. They're probably in very different areas. I was gonna put a little bit like that. Maybe a little under. Like contouring with blush. I have no idea. Oh. I saw Whispering Willow do like the best lid sounds TikTok, and I've been thinking about it ever since I saw it. Right, and now we can just pat it in. But so since I moved out of my parents and into my first apartment, I've been wanting to do an apartment tour like that's furnished. But I've only been here for 3.5 months and I haven't gotten everything that I wanted yet. Like I wanted to get like a couple of carpets and make like a completed living room with multiple couches and like coffee tables and stuff, but I mainly just watch Netflix in my bed, in my room, you know, and so I haven't really like had the need to buy like that unnecessary stuff, you know, and so the apartment hasn't gotten finished. And now with the idea of moving into a new apartment, I already have so many more ideas. This one is a 3-bedroom, so I can have a full room, an office and a bedroom, and then a living room and a tiny kitchen. So many more ideas. And then I started like looking online at couches and stuff because I have a sleeper couch, but I kind of want that like in the full room to make the full room like a cozy little room. But that means I need like a whole nother couch for the living room, and I want like a little like a single-seater couch with like a little footstool and these cute side tables hearing the neighbors sneeze, you know. So again, this probably all sounds very dumb and naive, but I shouldn't, devalue my thought process and, stuff that I'm trying to realize. So it's been an interesting time for me, realizing emotional things and like having existential crises. Like, I got so scared in the shower the other day because I realized that I'm a real person and I'm like me, but like actually like not how I'm saying it right now. I don't know. Like, I was terrified. Like, so been dealing with a lot of things like that where I'm like, is this dumb or am I learning something? Am I gonna be annoyed at myself in a year from now when I look back at this and think like, oh my goodness, just shut up, you know? This Lash Princess really is all that. But anyway, this is the part of recording where I question everything I've just said and question if I should just like stop recording and call it a day because I've just rambled on. It also doesn't help that like most people in my life, when I want to ramble my thoughts like this, like either laugh at me or like shut down or roll their eyes or have no response, and then it makes me feel stupid for even opening my mouth and speaking. When like I just want to have somebody listen to my frantic thoughts and just listen, and not make me feel dumb about it. But do I make myself feel dumb about it? That's the question. This mascara all over my face. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Right, now while the Fallout mascara dries, I just want to do some lip gloss. This Lancome Juicy Tubes that I've been liking. Except I always tend to put too much gloss. That's another thing. I think I'm an extremist. Well, that doesn't sound like much of anything, but like, like I decided I'm moving out and then immediately started researching how to decorate my new apartment and all the furniture I want to buy. I went to the furniture store after shopping online for hours and took photos of everything in person to see the size when like chill, so I need to calm down. I hope for your sake you didn't listen super intensely to me rambling, unless you enjoyed it and didn't get annoyed, just a little bit of highlighter. Like that. Right, so my makeup is done and my ramble is out. I definitely think moving to this new apartment that has, poor connection